YouTube. All right, man. Thanks for being a part of this. Today I want to discuss the Antichrist, who it might be. All right, firstly on the list would be Barack Obama. I don't think that it can be Barack Obama because the person that is the Antichrist has to make a peace treaty with Israel. Barack Obama is one of their main allies. So I'm not thinking that Barack Obama fits the bill as the Antichrist. Now, what about Vladimir Putin? It could be Putin, but he'd have to have a big battle with Israel. I'm not really seeing that go down. I'm not seeing him be that big main figurehead that signs a peace treaty with him. So this brings up maybe Pope Francis. I look at Pope Francis as more of a false prophet than an antichrist. It may seem that being the head of Catholicism that he may be the antichrist, but he wouldn't sign a peace treaty with Israel. He wouldn't be at war. He don't have the troops to confront Israel. So I would count him out as the antichrist. Now the head of the UN, Ban Ki-moon, that holds some promise. But I think that the blood moons tell us that this war with Israel is coming. And I don't think that the UN, under Ban Ki-moon, because he was reelected in 2011. So I don't think that they could have that battle and then Ban Ki-moon sign off on that within the next year. Now, maybe the person that's elected after Ban Ki-moon, maybe, and maybe we don't know, we don't know who that name is. So this brings me to the next person on the list, Hassan Rouhani, the head of Iran. And this holds some promise because when Ahmadinejad was president, the UN got up and walked out while he was speaking. It was the biggest walkout in UN history. He was pointing the finger at the globalists, and for that, I certainly backed the guy. I didn't see what his fault was, aside of him pointing the finger at, the globalists. But now, Hassan Rouhani, when he came in, his words were like, no, we ain't making an atomic weapon. No, we'd never do that. Israel, no, we'd never attack Israel. Oh no, they got he said everything that it was a lie. I mean, as far as like their nation goes, but that's it. It says in the Bible that he'll come in as a man of peace. Yeah. Well, that is a man that's like offering peace. So what they do, they went into the nuclear agreement with him and basically said, oh, yeah, he said everything right. Sure, you can continue on just the way you're doing, blah, 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 blah. And Israel threw a fit about that. They said like, well, we know that isn't what they're doing. We know they're making atomic weapons, and we know that they want to wipe us off the face of the earth. Well, there you go. Now, I'm not pointing a finger at Iran or Hassan Rouhani, but let's just say that the Muslims hijacked Flight 370, a 777 airliner, and they do have a bomb. Huh? What if they have a nuclear bomb and they put it on this flight and change the ping and all this and that they would need to do, and then flew that into Israel under a commercial flight? Israel wouldn't know. Now, you defeated their Iron Dome and their defenses, and now you got an atomic bomb within Israel. Now, you can take them off the map, or you can definitely disable them enough to attack them. If you have other allies that would, have your back and go in and attack them. And that could be the Gog-Magog war. And that could be the one that would be finalized by this treaty. So I do look at Hassan Rouhani as a possibility, and probably maybe next to the person that would take over for Ban Ki-moon at the UN, because, see, that's a nation. I mean, that's a conglomeration of nations, and it says like 10 horns. And people say that's what the Bible's talking about. That points a finger toward the UN. And I don't know how that would apply to Hassan Rouhani. I really don't. But that's my thoughts. It would probably be one of those people, because whoever it is would have to be in a position that we would know their name, or we could find their name. So that's my top list. And again, that's kind of where my thoughts lie on it. Please give me your thoughts and your opinions on this, and I really hope to hear from you.
Now listen, bro. I hear you saying spreads McKinsey, but what I don't understand is how spreads is going to attack Israel. I don't know. Tell me,
how? Now when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the boy king. How'd you get so funky? Did you do the monkey?